What's going on, everybody, man? We back, man, in the trenches, man. We just had a crazy one. Bonnie Godiva and Coffee Brown just went down. First of all, y'all look amazing.
Thank you.
One of the things I want to say, shout out to Battle Truth. Me and him feel like this. Y'all keep
I love Battle Truth.
I already know,
Shout out
man.
Battle Truth.
Shout out Battle Truth. So listen.
Niggas don't want to shout this nigga out, but this is the funny blogger, maybe in life. Salute the Battle Truth, man. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. This nigga is one of the funniest niggas on the face of the earth.
This up. Okay, Battle Truth on YouTube. You are one of my official go-to sources. As you know, I'm still involved in battle rap behind the scenes.
Sources all, because I don't see him at battles. I don't know if he goes to battles. So he gets sources somewhere.
That nigga's a legend, man. He don't need to go to battles. He's just a legend.
I don't even know where he lives. Where does he live?
I don't know,
Nobody
man.
knows
I
nothing.
don't know. I think Milwaukee. That nigga ill, son. He's a legend. He just don't give a fuck. That nigga's in a judge outfit, nigga.
Yeah.
And he yells, no. Nigga blacked out. I saw shit today. Yeah.
Nah, but
he's hilarious. Battle Truth.
he's wild hilarious. He's also got his own thing. You feel what I'm saying?
He's mad funny.
You know what I mean? So
But
like
with him though, another thing with him, like, and I'm not talking bad about him. I respect him. I like him. I watch his channel. I watch
like
him.
a judge and shit.
Yeah, I go to his channel. I can say myself before I go to anything else.
You go to Battle Truth first?
I go to Battle Truth first. I'm being honest.
That's crazy.
I want to see what he talk about, how he's saying it. But
and you should too. You should always come to Battle Truth first, like he said. I go to him first, and I want to see everything he talking about because you don't get it like that on this internet. Welcome to Battle Truth, and my point of view. I don't know you, so I'm not a hater. I can only give you the facts that's written on these papers. And since we have no dealings, therefore the court can care less about your feelings. I'm the Honorable MallikiBaker, your presiding judge, chairman and spokesperson for the One United Front. You are my witnesses and jury. You may be seated. Court is now in session. Let's talk about it. Okay, man. Okay. Let's get right off into this, man. Remy Ma continue to do damage control when it comes to Papoose to try to, again, put him in the light as her. And one of the reasons why she was saying she wanted out of the relationship was because Papoose had a real bad gambling problem that was affecting the family.
You're a piece of shit, Papoose. You really are. You have turned into a piece of shit. This shit right here, the gambling, the failures that you've had in your career or whatever that didn't pan out how you wanted to, has turned you into somebody else.
She said he is a piece of shit because of the gambling and the failures he had in his career. First of all, how am I a piece of shit because I didn't sell that many records, or the hip-hop world didn't accept me over the Drakes and Lil Waynes and Dr. Dre's and Eminem's and 50 Cents? So I'm a piece of shit because of that? The people decide who they really, really like. I mean, I wasn't a failure in my career. I did millions of views. I literally actually am recognized throughout the hip-hop culture where people know exactly who I am. Like, what do you mean how am I a piece of shit because my career didn't do as good as you would want it to be? But yet you're my wife. You had a better career than me, but I wrote 90% of your catalog. I wrote one of your biggest hits. So how did I fail in my career when I was one of the reasons your career stayed afloat? Here, take it. Bang the gavel on your damn self. Don't worry. I'm going to do it for you. No. Man, get out of here with that trash. Papoose has something to say about this situation.
I could control anything in my life, but I did fall victim to gambling, going through that. I can admit that. But did you notice that there's no accountability with her? She never admit anything. I can admit that that I fell victim to that. I caught a habit with that. But guess what? Anything I went through with the gambling, it never affected her. It never affected her at all. I still had to pay all of the bills in the crib, the whole thing. The only time I stopped paying the bills is when I started to notice that she was taking money outside from the family and tricking on this chump.
Okay, so Remy under the impression that it was the gambling by which he stopped paying the bills because of the gambling. But according to Papoose, no. I stopped paying the bills when I found out you were taking the money and spending it on Easy the Black Captain. That's when I stopped doing that, because I'm not finna be busting, according to him, I'm not finna be busting my ass while you taking care of another nigga. It had nothing to do with the gambling. Because according to him, yeah. Now that may be the only thing Remy might have been telling the truth about to some degree, the gambling. And according to him, he admitted to it, like, look, I admit, yeah, I went through this gambling thing while I was gambling. However, I still maintain taking care of the bills. Look, my thing may be gambling, her thing is shopping. She likes shopping and spending money all the time. And okay, for my hobby, I like to gamble, hit the casinos every now and then, you know. But according to him, but I still took care of the home. The bills was all still paid in. His gambling never affected her. So in other words, he believes she's just using that as a means to justify her actions. And that's not a good enough excuse. I could see if the gambling got y'all in a situation to where you lose your home, where the bills ain't being taken care of, where y'all going without eating, and you're not living to the means of which y'all normally was living as a result of his gambling. But that's not the case. It don't appear that that's the case. And according to him, even though I went through that, I still took care of the business and it never affected her in any type of way. I was still able to maintain the home and provide for her at the same time. When you listen to what she's saying, though, she speaks in this bitterness, though. Why would she have to say this, though, y'all? Why would she have to say this?
You're a piece of shit, Papoose. You really are. You have turned into a piece of shit. This shit right here, the gambling, the failures that you've had in your career or whatever that didn't pan out how you wanted to, has turned you into somebody else.
I don't get that. Why would you go as far as to tell that man he's a piece of shit as a result of his career not turning out the way he wanted it to turn out? How do that makes me a piece of shit? You can't make people buy your records, listen to your music. They have to do that on their own. What are you talking about? But he didn't do as bad as you making himself to be. When you type up Papoose name, he got videos with millions of views, like literally millions of views. So hell, he better than Easy the Black Captain. He got more views than Easy the Black Captain. He got a more bigger following than Easy the Black Captain. He more known and respected and acknowledged and accepted in the hip hop world than Easy the Black Captain. So if Papoose is a so-called piece of shit because his career didn't pan out the way he wanted it to be, then who the hell is Easy the Black Captain? The commode? He would have to be the damn toilet stool. The toilet stool that eat the shit. That's what he would have to be. If you're trying to compare both two careers, because Easy wanted to be a rapper, and Easy, according to you, so when he got up with you, he signed the record deal with Slit Your Wrist Record or whatever the hell that is, and he released the single. We still have yet to know where the damn single at. No one knows where to find it at. My guy Self was trying to find it, couldn't find it. A-Dep tried to find it, couldn't find it. Nobody could find the damn song. Where is the song that he so-called released that was a single? Was a single. Yeah, you're right. It was a single copy that only he got. He tried. He got a single copy of his own damn song because nobody else wanted it. Neither did he want anyone else to hear it. That's how bad it was. He dropped the single. Right. Hell, girl, you sound crazy. if you're gonna compare that. Why are you attacking that man like that though? Like that's crazy. I don't get that. You're trying so hard to get people to go against this man. You're using any tactic you can, but you're still not saying it don't work. Listen, man, some of the things she said, okay, she mentioned he got a gambling problem. She mentioned he was some type of fun boy who like his booty played with. She mentioned that he against the LGBTQ. She mentioned that he abused her mentally and physically. She mentioned how he's some type of deadbeat dad. She mentioned that he looking out for his daughter. She trying everything she can to tear this man down, expecting some type of advantage, or hoping that something she say, because let's just keep it real. Everything she said is some damaging topics that usually would have destroyed somebody else if it wasn't for Papoose. The only thing that keep Papoose from falling victim to Remy's claim, and he also going against her stardom and celebrity position, his credibility. Notice his credibility supersedes all that she's saying against him. Think about that. She's the bigger artist than him, but yet people respect him more than her. She is saying that he beat her. Usually women come to women's aid when domestic violence is involved. Why women ain't coming to her aid when she makes such a claim? Because they know it's a lie. They know it's a lie. It's not true. They know that. You have no police reports. You have no abuses whatsoever. And when even speaking about it, the way she spoke about it was even terrible. She was like, remember that time when the pool was getting fixed? See, when you have to say that, that means it's not really happening. When you have to say, do you remember the time when we was getting the pool fixed and the workers had to get you off me? No. No. Women who actually been in domestic violence and problem, when they hear that, they already know, girl, please stop it. Okay? Stop it. You've been cheating on this man for how long, and you do it without conviction. You're not getting your ass whooped. You're not getting hand put on you, girl. You cheat with no conviction. You so sloppy when you cheat, you don't even mind getting caught. You bring them in your home knowing he lived there and got a key to the damn house and know the security code. You still didn't care. You were so much involved in about to bust your nut, you didn't hear that man come in the room while you in the act of getting your vagina ate and the baby on the damn bed. You didn't care. That don't sound like a woman who get beat. That don't sound like a woman who being abused. Hell, a woman who being abused to be way more careful than that. She don't even be careful. Then you accuse them of being some type of undercover homosexual who like his booty played with by you. Still trying to hurt the man's credibility because you know he into rap. You know he a hip hop artist. That look bad on you when you trying to Lil Nas X your own damn husband to try to hurt his credibility, to try to demasculinize him to the point where he's shamed and not looked at as being a stand-up genuine dude because you violating his manhood by playing with his hindside. That didn't work. You call him broke and ain't got nothing. That didn't work. Like, you're doing everything to tear this man down and none of it is working at all. Why? Because his credibility. His credibility goes against everything you saying against him. That's the thing that keeps him afloat. That's his shield against you.
How can I pay child support? How? If my ex-wife is destroying my name and I can't work, how can I work? How can I get paid? How can I take care of my kids? How?
Your ex-wife
Use
says,
your common sense.
your ex-wife says you abused her, Robert.
13 lying. 13 years being married.
Like that. You're trying to do everything to destroy this man's name. Why? Because you feel some type of way that people ain't riding with you? You feel some type of way that you're not getting the support you thought you was going to get because you are hip-hop female? You see what you didn't acknowledge that the world did? What you failed to see in your own husband, we see in him? What you neglect and what you know about him, we still honor him for? You see the difference? You see that? None of your tactics work, and you frustrated about that. It bothers you, even to the point you very, very petty about the whole situation.
Weirdo. I'm really seeing try to, oh, you a girl. You a girl. Look at him, emotional. Stop playing with me, sir.
Look how petty you is. I'm talking about just petty. It's just lashing out. You throwing temper tantrums and everything. You provoked the man to wrath. The man was quiet, wasn't trying to talk, didn't do none of the internet stuff, but you continue to attack him on every level. Talking about his kids, talking about him as a father. But before you got caught, none of this was the case. None of this was the case. You don't even have an argument against the man. You don't. And for him to so-called have stepped out on you, like she said something to the statement of, yeah, I know what it is when a woman go to jail. We all know what it is, don't we, ladies? Now you want to say that. Yeah, we know what it is, because guess what? When you went to jail, you was having sex with women in the jail. When you went to jail, you was having sex with the same woman in jail that he caught you in his home with.
She has done a lot of bashing towards people who live that lifestyle and talk so bad about them and say so many foul things about them that it hurted her so bad that I knew the truth. So on another day, I caught her with this individual in our house while my daughter was on the bed with them. Ended up catching it.
The way he say that right there, that's crazy. See, here's the thing you don't get. When it comes to God, the Bible says God hates divorce, but he understands that it happens as a result of the sinful nature that we have. Here's the thing. In the word of God, the grounds of divorce is sexual immorality. That's the grounds of divorce. That it's okay and permitted as a result of sexual immorality. Because when you start doing that, what happens is you violated the covenant. You attached your soul with another person, and you betrayed the trust. You betrayed the covenant, and you took what was sacred and you gave it to someone else. And what happens is it causes a wedge of distrust, humility, shame within the family. And these things is sadly looked upon by God. You have betrayed the relationship. You have stained the innocence by which y'all once had. See, everything outside of sexual immorality, see, those things could be worked with. Like, I could deal with your attitude. I could deal with you sometimes not seeing things my way. I could deal with you with your snoring. I could deal with you being greedy. But when you start having sex with other people, that's different. That's not only a strike against your soul, but it's a strike against mine. You put me in danger. You bring in all type of confusion and other children. You actually bring in danger of obsessions and jealousies and envies that sometimes led to people losing their lives. That right there changes all the rules. Don't get me wrong. There are other grounds of divorce also. If a person is physically abusive towards you, that's grounds of divorce. If a person is trying to hinder you and stopping you from believing in Jesus Christ, that's grounds of divorce. If a person is doing drugs and involved in things that may can harm you and the life of your family, that's grounds of divorce. But for the most part, sexual immorality, committing adultery, fornicating, when you married, you shouldn't have to do that. You shouldn't have to do that. You don't have to step outside your marriage to be loved. Learn how to communicate. Learn how to reason with each other. If you have a wife you're not sexually pleased with, have that conversation. Teach one another how to love one another. If you got a man who don't know how to satisfy you fully, talk to him, educate him, teach him. It's a lot of things out there that can help and substitute where a person lack. But as long as you're doing it as a couple, you're not stepping outside the marriage. And the thing about her is she wanted her. She wanted Papoose. She still wanted him. She just wanted to play both sides. That's what she wanted. She never really wanted Easy the Black Captain. If y'all been following this, she didn't want him. She wanted Papoose. She just got mad Papoose wouldn't continue to go along with it while she was trying to milk him for the money. That's all that was about. She got mad Papoose wouldn't go along with it because she kept trying to milk him for the money. Listen.
Yeah, we're going to play her basically saying she's been blackmailed. That's what it sounds like to me. What y'all think?
She would have been over. He would have been over. You put me in a predicament, so I had to still kind of be cool with the nigga to make sure he don't go all the way back and I'm not getting dragged on both sides by Team Papoose and Team Fuck this nigga. You didn't give a fuck. You didn't fucking care.
That is not true.
Talking to this nigga.
That is not true.
See, she manipulating the situation. She still wanted to be with Papoose. Papoose just pulled the plug on the operation. That's what she was mad about. That's why she like, you ain't giving a care. You not. And Papoose like, that's not true. That's not true. See, he didn't play the rest of that part to show how he was giving her the opportunity and chance to take care of it and get that stuff done with. That's why he like, that's when she said, you didn't give a F, you didn't give a F. I guarantee you he was about to explain when he said, that's not true, that he did care. That's why I was giving you time enough to handle it because you told me to trust you in this and you would take care of it. You wasn't doing it. You were procrastinating. You were playing games. So guess what? I'm not sticking around no more. I'm not going to be on the side taking this thing while you doing all this. No. So she didn't want Easy to block. You just heard it. That's true. Even though she telling Easy a different thing too. Telling Easy, like, yeah, you know, I'm done with Papoose. Easy, an idiot. You know that's not true. When they both living together. Like, come on, what are we talking about here? I got to take this call. But I got to get this blog out to y'all. So with that being said, it's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment that's in question. It's yours.
What's in those streets for you? Leave me waiting on you. Listen, what's in those streets